We all want to make sense of our world. For young children, much of their world is out of their control. One way to construct order out of this chaos is to categorize and sort what they see. It's no wonder that many young children love sorting activities. They want to make sense of a complex world. Believe it or not, sorting is an early math and logic skill. Children learn mathematical concepts way before they actually learn numbers. So sorting gives children practice in comparing similar objects and objects that are different. They begin to grasp that objects belong to certain groups and can name them. By using their senses, they develop working theories on these categories, and later they can apply what they've learned from those theories to all aspects of life. So although sorting and categorizing is actually a math concept, these strategies can be used and applied to cognition, memory, logic, problem solving, so much more. Sorting is actually an easy activity you can do from the home. If you're anything like me, then you have tons of small objects of like size or color that you can probably pick up off your carpet, like I did, and create a sorting activity. The first thing you want to do before you begin this, though, is you want to think about where your child is developmentally and skill-wise. So for very young children, I think sorting by color is a great first activity, and then later you can add pattern and concepts. So right here I've just got some Legos and some other toys sorted by color. If you don't have these tiny containers, you can use just piles of stuff. That works really well. Another objects here that I have sorted by color in a muffin tin. You can also sort by shape in the same way. Really anything suddenly becomes like a sort of sorting activity. I found this pill box and I added some items of the same color. And that's also a fine motor skill. Also a fine motor skill, my daughter made this cool sorting activity out of bottle caps and then using like colored pom-poms. And if you want to introduce a fine motor skill, you can use some of these like little sugar tongs. That always helps. I found this box in my house and I just put some numbers and colors in the different categories so younger children can sort by color, but older children can sort by color and also number. 1, 2 sticks for the number 2 category. Color is a little bit more complex than it seems in some ways. So one thing I really like to do is use paint chips. If you happen to have a hardware store near you, you can get these for free. Color is a bit more complex, like I said, than we thought. There isn't just one color red, there's different shades of red. And so if you have 2 like paint chips here, you can cut them and have the child sort based on the different shades or hues of that color. Another idea would be to create a popsicle stick or some cardboard here and then have children sort based on clothespin color. These are just some basic colors, and I also have some made here that are from using pastel colors. So that's a little bit there about color that you might do. A next step would be pattern. And pattern, this is a very typical kind of preschool activity here where you have different colors of fabrics that a child can sort and put into groups. To make it a little bit more difficult, you can talk about texture. I've got some sandpaper here, and you can talk about why this sandpaper matches and why it's put it in the category of rough textures and then smooth textures on the other side. That's always cool. Pattern comes in many forms, including socks. So you can have children sort socks based on pattern and color. This is a good fine motor skill. Also helpful with laundry, I guess. You can have children sort based on pattern, and this is the beginning forms of literacy here, and also mathematical concepts. The concept that different shapes and colors belong in a pattern. So you can take a picture of this and have a child replicate it, or you can use Legos and have them replicate it, and eventually they can create their own patterns and replicate them. So that's a really great activity. Sorting by size is a little bit more difficult. So if you have blocks in ascending or descending order of size, that's always great to have children work with that. Here I just have some spools of thread that I've arranged in order of size. You can do the same thing with buttons, actually even length. So you can take the length of different objects. This is a pipe cleaner, but you could use straws or cardboard or anything and have the child put it in the right order. For older children, you might start thinking about different categories that you can teach them. So organic versus inorganic. So human-made here versus the natural world. And this can be trickier than you think. For instance, this shell sort of looks like it's actually human-made, but it's not. It's from nature. So those are good conversations to have with a young child. They can also sort by weight, looking at things that are light and heavy. Got a heavy object here. You can sort by smell and taste. There's just volume of water, put different volumes of water in similar canisters and have them sort by that. Even this is a coupon folder that I planned to use and never did, but you can sort by birds or by people or objects and have them place those pictures in a folder. So sorting is an amazing activity to do with young children. It's also quite pleasing for them. Like I said before, we want to have some control over our environment and understand our environment, and this is one way to do that. So hopefully this has been helpful to you and you have some objects at home that you can sort and categorize with your young child. Please check back on our website for articles and our Facebook user group for updates and additional videos in the future. Thanks so much.